Hey guys, Mars here, and last week I actually went to a new game store at Rancho, Cucamonga, which is about 30-40 minutes away from me and then about an hour away from LA. I saw a bunch of people over there. I saw two of my buddies over there, one of them being the game champion for X-Wing miniature games over there. His name is Alex, and also I saw my eternal rival, my Gary from Pokemon. Basically, we always compete in miniature painting competitions, and Dice of War also have a miniature painting competition. And I spoke, his name is Ian, but he calls himself Jack Soto. That is his persona. I went over there and I had a blast. Actually, I was there for probably about 3-4 hours. Met Aaron Lovejoy over there. You saw the interview already. Met Tom Shadle. Can't really pronounce your last name. I forgot how to pronounce it. If I'm doing it wrong, I'm sorry. He's 25 times Golden Demon winner, and I didn't even realize like he was very humble. I mean, both of the people were actually really humble about what they do, and their painting skills are like amazing. I learned so much that day. But here's a clip of the actual store opening. It was open in June 1st, and I also spoke to the owner of the place. I interviewed him for probably 15 minutes or 20 minutes or so. We also had a painting competition. I mentioned it. I lost to Ian. I'll get you next time, Ian. Next time. But so far, I just have the interview with the owner and then a couple of clips of the actual painting competition and everything else. And hopefully you guys will enjoy it. So stay tuned. So I'm here at Dice of War with Alec Peters. Good to meet you.
Pleasure.
And where are we exactly?
We are in the sales section of Dice of War in Rancho, California. Brand new game store. Today is the first day.
Yeah, I saw this great turnout.
Amazing turnout.
How many people would you say that came out at this particular moment?
I mean, right now there's probably 50 people here. If you're right outside.
And then there's people that have been coming in and out,
In
right?
and out all morning. It's amazing.
And what is the store hours of that?
So Saturdays we're open from 10 a.m. to midnight. Sundays noon to 8. Mondays and Tuesdays we may be closed. It depends how things go. A lot of game stores are closed Mondays and Tuesdays. So we'll see. Wednesday, Thursday noon to 8. Friday noon to midnight because of Magic. Friday night Magic. And then back to Sundays.
So the hours are actually pretty long.
Yeah, because we're gamers, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to be kicked out of our own store.
Well, speaking of being a gamer, so I guess I didn't have to ask you this, but are you a war gamer?
Yeah, I'm a huge 40K player.
40K?
I play Apocalypse only. I don't play any small tournaments and stuff. I have an army by Space Marine Army. It's probably 30,000 points now. Another 25,000 points in the Guard. And then I got Sisters, Grey Knights, Dark Ages, Blood Ages.
So you're clearly for the Imperial.
I'm clearly a loyalist. Starting Raven Guard, first Cersei.
Wow. And I heard that some of your armies are actually painted by Aaron Lovejoy.
Yeah, actually, the Crimson Templars, which is my Space Marine Army, which
I got some clips of that already.
that is mostly Aaron. There's another painter I painted some of the Aaron's can do along with it.
Any other games that you play?
What other games? Really, I don't have time for it. Because I have another business that's full time.
Oh, okay.
Because I was able to get together with some really good people to partner with the store. I was able to open it, but I couldn't do it. I got out of the business.
Did you always want to open a game?
I literally, I'm a serial entrepreneur. This is my fifth business, I think. And I'm the kind where when I get into a hobby, I'm going, how do you make money at this?
Yes, I do get that.
Yeah, and so when I first got into 40K, I got to be friends with the store in Atlanta, Georgia, where I live, and I wound up helping him build his business, and we actually developed a business plan to open a series of game stores, and we worked, this is 98, and then CEO of American Workshops. So I've got a business plan to do this.
And it finally happened. And
it finally happened because it's never been something that I wanted to do full time. So I had to be in a place where not only could I make money at it, but I could have great people running it.
yeah.
And now we do. We have some amazing people.
And I understand that you guys also have the system called the Game Champions, which are the people that are running the demos. Some of them are actually with my real close friends.
Oh, so good. Yeah. I always felt that in this, because we have so many different types of games. There's role-playing games, there's tabletop games, there's card games like Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, and then there's 40K, there's Dust, there's Infinity. Well, you can't know all those games.
Yes.
And so my idea is we'll find people who are passionate about that game and get them to come in and demo the game and run events and do all the stuff that they want to do anyway, and give them a discount and make them feel part of it.
They're already here spending their time.
Right, so now, right, exactly. And so this whole store was put together in a matter of weeks because we had people who were volunteering their time and helping us out. We have 8 fantastic game teams, and now we have guys running extra
this one, if you're not comfortable saying it, then you can just edit this out. But you know how some companies actually have their henchman program or their legionnaire program. How does that work with the game champion? Is it okay?
Yeah, absolutely. We have some game champions who are I think we have one who's
Alex is a legionnaire.
Legionnaire, right? Okay, Alex is a legionnaire. So that's cool. That's totally cool. And sometimes those programs are great. They get compensated by the company. Well, I don't care if they get double compensated, as long as they're coming here and excited about it. Alex is phenomenal. He's just amazing. So the most important thing is we have great people and build a great community.
And as part of being again in the community, what is Dice of War's plan? What are you guys trying to be a provider? So that here's the store, come and play, or are you guys going to be trying to be the community leader in this area?
Well, I never built a business in second place.
Okay.
In this area, the reason we're here is because over in Riverside, which is 25 minutes east of us, we've got GMI, game space and everything. And then west of us, about 15 minutes, is Pegasus Hobby, which is a phenomenal hobby store. It's amazing, right? But they don't have gaming tables.
Yeah.
And then you've got other game stores like Monster and little stores that do one thing.
Yeah.
Like Magic.
Yes, Monster is Magic.
Well, there's no store where in this area where you can come and game and have great tables and be with fun people who love gaming with you, right? So we looked at the layout of the Inland Empire here, and we said, wow, this is where we need to be. Right here, this is a big hole in the middle. It's Rancho, which is an upscale, good area to open a store. Lots of schools, lots of kids, and it's essentially located in that you can draw from LA, you can draw from Victorville in the high desert, and we got guys from 2.5 hours from Victorville, and we got 2.5 hours.
I heard some guys from Arizona that drove by.
Yeah, so it was a great location. Absolutely, we want to be in the store. That doesn't mean we're competing with Pegasus. We're not. Right? They're totally.
They have their own niche.
And we're not necessarily competing with Magic stores, even though we do Magic.
Yeah.
Magic is so big that it's a big enough pie. Right?
Yeah.
So I think a rising tide is all. We're just like a Games Workshop store. I wish there was Games Workshop store.
There used to be one in Ontario Mills, right?
If there was, that would be good for us.
Yeah.
Because they have little stores and you can't game.
Yeah.
Right? So they would bring people in, and then they would find out about our store and come over and be our customers. Yeah. So they really are. So I have a very open attitude about the game. Try it.
I think people need to have an open-mindedness a little bit about that, because it's just, bigger pie than it is, that everybody can have a piece of it.
I'm not trying to steal anyone's customers. Right? I'm getting the people who weren't going to these stores. Yeah. A lot of these people have told me that we have been waiting. I have people say I haven't been spending my money on these because they told me to go to
Oh wow, they actually save up.
Because they want, and we are, the one thing we say is, we want you to come and game, please go ahead. You can't go online and buy your stuff. And then come and tell us. Yeah, so I'm. Yeah. So that's, sometimes you have to train, there's that very small section you gotta train. But they come in, they have a great time. We want to hang out. this week.
So what are, you also mentioned like you have 40K fantasy, basic GW stuff, and then Infinity. What are the games that is being covered in Dice War?
Well, right now we've got role-playing games, so we have Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, the 40K series for Fantasy Flight, a couple other games here. It'll all depend on what people come in and start asking for. Tabletop's the same way. We probably got about 30 different tabletop games right now. Let's see what people are
mostly Fantasy Flight.
No, all sorts. A bunch of Fantasy Flight, but we're trying to, one noticeable I have something right now is like we don't have Settlers at the top. Right? Because that's Alliance and we've got hooked up with them late. So next week we'll have Settlers at the top. We're going to try and keep the top 20 games in stock all the time, but anyone can order it. So that's the tabletop. Card games, we have Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh, which is great. And then in miniatures, obviously 40K is the big one. We'll start stocking fantasy. As well as right now we stock Dust, War Machine, which is really going to be our focus. I want to push War Machine back because I love that. And I don't play, but I love the press. Actually, after the meetings that we were he's like the nicest guy in the world. So good to see someone be so successful. He's really a good guy. So War Machine's big, and then we're going to add Infinity. We're going to add but the idea is that let's start with stuff that we know is going to draw people in, and then add games one at a time. Each month, we'll add a new game, do a lot of demo, really push it, get people excited, and then the next month. So, if we don't have a game now, we'll have it the next month. Okay.
Also, being in the community, you have a store here now. What are your plans for, like in the short future? What are you going to have, like events, that kind of thing?
I think the big thing we're doing is Horus Heresy escalation.
Okay, I overheard it when you were talking.
Yeah. Well, I'm a huge fan of the Horus Heresy novels, and I just went over to London to Nottingham for the Horus Heresy weekend, which was amazing. It was just geek nirvana, and so I'm all excited to be going to build a Raven Guard army and Defense army. So I've been talking to a lot of people on where that's really important. We want to do the Horus Heresy, and if we do an escalation, then people can get started. 500 points this next month is 1,000, and it's 15. We'll get up to Apocalypse Size armies in about 6 months.
So you can start off being a new hobbyist.
Never done it before.
That's perfect.
We'll show you how to do it. We'll show you. And you don't have to buy Forge World to do the Horus Heresy. So there's a lot. I mean, Cromlech, we were just starting to carry. We're big on all the accessories. Skyboard, Cromlech, Max Mini, they all have parts you can use to kind of make your own, the old Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3, Mark 2, Mark 3 armors.
That's the challenge, right? Mark 1, do it.
Thunder armor, wait, that's not even good in space. So we're going to focus on that. And we got a lot of good feedback about Skyboard. We have Blooded Skulls, which is no one else has besides Tom. Because converting and doing all those customizations is a big part of it.
Okay. So right now you're going to probably focus on that Horus Heresy Escalation League, and then eventually you're going to have a lot more events for a lot of different games.
Well, that's just Horus Heresy.
Yeah.
We also got game champions who are running tomorrow. We got all sorts of War Machines.
I heard there's going to be a Malifaux demo as well today.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're never going to do them in series.
Okay.
They're all in parallel.
All going
everything. That's why we have game champions. Because that way, I'm more worried about Horus Heresy, and he's worried about War Machines.
So everyone has their own task to bring up this community.
Exactly. And each game champion just has to come up with their monthly schedule of events, and what do we need to support them?
Yeah.
Advertise it.
That's good. Well, thank you again, Alec. And hopefully, I'll have some shots over, see how many people here. Everyone is playing 40K right now. There's a team tournament going on.
Yeah, we have an Apocalypse name on 3 tables and a 4-table team tournament. And both of them are 4.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but the video can't show you how many, the smell of this place. The gamer funk is just like, boom.
Yeah, that's right.
So wear your deodorant when you come over to
Please. I don't want to have the hygiene talk.
But anyway, thanks again, and we'll talk again later.
There you have it, guys. Dice War, Rancho Cucamonga. If you guys want more info on where they at and the opening at store hours and everything else, the information is always going to be down below. Check it out.
if you have time, if you're near Rancho Cucamonga or you're somewhere in like Ontario or Fontana, check them out. It doesn't hurt to check in a new game store. They have huge area. Well, not as big as the bunker, but they have a lot of tables to play whatever games that you want. Best thing that it's not a GW store, so you can play any games over there. They also have working tables, so you can paint over there. You can also play Magic the Gathering or whatever you want to play. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. This is a little bit of a shout out video to Dice of War over at Rancho Cucamonga, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.